Gaillard land was what they call New Orleans East, in the area from what would now be New Orleans East, Chantilly over to Lake Bourne, extending down Chef Mentor Highway. That area in the late 1700s was under the control of the Maroon. These are some of the greatest heroes and sheroes in the history of the Bayou. If we made their story today, which I hope we will, it would be an epic Hollywood blockbuster. Okay? They had many adventures, and they were great military geniuses and masters of the swamp and bayou environment. They had hearts of stone, no fear in them whatsoever. They were some of the masters of swamp and bayou warfare, and they used their military might to maintain their freedom. They set one of the greatest examples of bravery and fighting for freedom and justice that you can possibly imagine. Two of the most famous Maroons were San Malo and his wife Cecilia. San Malo, aka Saint Malo, there's a small town in Louisiana named after him. And he was a ferocious Jagun Agbara. That means he was a ferocious soldier and a fighter. He was the epitome of bravery. He's famous for many battles. You can read about them in Gwendolyn Midlo Hall's book, African and Colonial Louisiana, amongst other sources. I already knew about the Maroons before I got her book, but when I got her book and got exposed to her Maroon database and the information contained therein, it just inspired me even more. And I'm kind of making it a personal mission as an artist and as an awo, a traditional African priest, to popularize the great adventures of San Malo and the Maroon freedom fighters who didn't come out of the swamps until the 1930s and 40s as free people. Free because of their strategy, their craft, their military might, and their bravery. Now, San Malo was known to be not only a fighter but a hero. In one incident, some of his Maroon compatriots were captured by Americans who were trying to grab and capture and kidnap free Maroons and return them into slavery. San Malo followed behind that group of slave raiders and killed them all and got his people back. He's famous for putting a hatchet in a tree. And he said, woe to any two-bob that crosses that line. Two-bob at that time, of course, being specifically the slave-owning class of people, the oppressors, who were propagating slavery in the dark days of the colony here in Louisiana. He put a hatchet in a tree and said, woe to any two-bob that crosses this line. And they held that line for years. This is the tribute from Positive Creations Fine Art Studio, and also a tribute to the great work that the people here are doing at the museum, carrying on that legacy and tradition of San Malo's hatchet.
So Omra is portraying the spirit of Saint Malo, and the drums are portraying the whole rhythm of the forest. And you all are going to be portraying all the Maroons running around out there.